Hello, today I'm reading Chapter 2 of Paint It Blue. This chapter is called Smells Like Za, and it is a Sallyface X listener. I hope you enjoy! The air was slightly cold as you made your way out of the apartment and into the hallway. It was nearing winter, and you were still dressed in your summer's best. The silence was deafening. So much so that you pulled out your wired headphones and connected them to your phone, scrolling through your playlist for the song that best served as a good background music. Once you got inside the elevator and pressed the button for the first floor, you realized you had no actual plan. Where am I even going? I could go for a walk, but I don't know the area. You think to yourself as the elevator slowly opens. You hadn't even noticed the loud creaking as you stepped out, shivering at the thought of the elevator might break down any second. Being on the first floor, you could feel the chill in the air much better now, the sun barely coming up. You made your way through the lobby and stepped outside. Just you and the small town's weirdness. Wait, why does it smell like weed? Hey! Fuck! You practically jumped out of your skin as you quickly turned to face the mysterious voice, turning to see a boy who seemed to be the same age as you, with long brown hair and a Sanity's Fall shirt. You enjoyed that band. You also saw that he appeared to have a joint in his mouth and eye bags for days. He had a mole on his face, too. You assumed he lived here because it would be rude to think that he was some homeless person loitering. You just moved in? The strange kid asked. He reeked of weed and his eyes were slightly red. Yeah, I just moved into 404. You weren't too keen on sharing that information with him because of the off chance he actually didn't live there, and you just shared your information to a complete stranger. Cool. My name's Larry. I live in the basement with my mom. You couldn't tell if he actually wanted to talk to you or he was just high. Maybe both. I'm Yasmin. I literally just moved in with my brother yesterday, so I don't really know anything about this town. After finding out he technically was your neighbor, you were excited because you just assumed this apartment complex was filled with a bunch of old people. Yasmin, huh? You should definitely come hang out with me and my bud Sal. You two seem like you would like each other. Larry, by then, had taken out the joint from his mouth as he spoke to you, holding it in his hand as he met your goofy grin with a laid-back smile. You were just happy that you had already made a friend, even if it was a little weird at first. Yeah, definitely. I honestly thought this place was an unofficial retirement home. You chuckled at your own lame joke, immediately stopping when you noticed Larry's slightly judging demeanor. Tough crowd. Thinking to yourself as you felt a buzz in your pocket. Picking up your phone, you realized it was a text from your brother. Adrian somehow was already awake and bugging you despite him being an insomniac and sleeping till the afternoon, but that was mostly due to the fact that he worked graveyard shifts. Maybe this town was a good beginning after all. The text read, "Where you at?" You put your phone back in your pocket and turned your attention back to Larry as he blew a cloud of smoke in the opposite direction, much to your pleasure of his consideration. Heading out? He questioned, raising an eyebrow slightly as he looked at you. He took his joint out of his mouth as you nodded, tossing it on the ground and putting it out with his shoe. You noticed the other charcoal-looking marks as he did that, which proved the point that this was his spot. It struck you as odd that no one told him anything, but then again, no one probably cared. Here, let me give you my number so we can hang out. It's rare that someone our age moves into this shitty town. He reached out his hand and passed you his phone. You wondered slightly if his other friend was as laid back as him due to the fact that he was clearly as excited as you were to make a new friend, even if he showed it differently. Alright, just shoot me a text when you can hang out. I'm not really doing anything other than unpacking. It was nice meeting you, Larry. Waving goodbye as he did the same, you make your way back into the building, slightly thankful that you didn't go far to avoid the walk. Yes, you were in fact that lazy. The walk back to your room was uneventful, but you could have sworn you saw a flash of blue in the corner of your eye before you stepped into the apartment, completely forgetting about that the moment you were inside. "Where the hell have you been? You never answered my text," rang the pissed voice of Adrian as he sat on the couch glaring at you. Some of the boxes that littered the apartment were no longer there, Adrian taking it upon himself to unpack while you were gone. "I thought I'd be back by the time you woke up, honestly. Anyways, I wasn't even gone for that long," you retorted to him, pulling out your phone, and the time read 9 a.m. What the fuck? Thinking to yourself, that couldn't be right because you stopped talking. When you stopped talking to Larry, the sun had barely come up. It was literally impossible that you could have spent more than 30 minutes on your little trip, let alone a few hours. How the fuck did that even happen? Yasmin! Jesus, you're not even paying attention to what I'm saying. Do you want breakfast or not? Adrian's yelling snapped you out of your thoughts as you realized you completely zoned out on him. You hadn't even noticed that he had gotten up from the couch and was now standing a few feet away from you, facing you. A little dazed and confused, you nodded your head. Maybe you'd read the time wrong in the first place. It wasn't an uncommon thing for you to make small misjudgments like that. Adrian raised an eyebrow slightly at your unusual appearance. Crossing his arms, he took a deep breath to calm his nerves. Maybe he was being too hard on you, but it honestly wouldn't kill you to answer his text for once. He was just worried about your whereabouts. Turning back around, he reached down and grabbed his keys from the couch. "I did a little research about the places in this town, and I saw a diner not too far from us. When we're done, we should get some groceries or something. Oh, wait, we still need to get a copy of your key since the owner only gave me one," came the rambling voice of your brother as he practically dragged you from your spot and outside the apartment as he locked it. You listened intently as he listed the plans for you guys had that day, smiling to yourself as you felt like the normal days from your old town. It was a little bittersweet as you began to feel a little homesick. You were definitely going to have a busy day today. Okay, that was chapter 2. There isn't a chapter 3 yet, but I will post it as soon as it comes out. Have a good day, night, evening, whatever. I love you guys so much. Goodbye.